25 years ago. It's a long journey and a long period of time. And it is my joy to speak about the history and the process of formation of one of the most vibrant youth-led organization in Kano State, as the NGO is marking 25 years anniversary this week. So people like us need to reflect with joy how it started, what we did. It is a collective effort of so many people. Youth Society as YOSPIS, and I could remember in 1995, even before establishing the YOSPIS, I was a medical student at the Bayero University, Kano, and being one of the executive members of our own organization called the Bayero University Medical Student Association, BOBSA. In 1995, we organized a lecture in Theater 2 then, in the old site. We called the lecture "The Dawn of Reality AIDS in Nigeria." And I was the vice president and the convener of that seminar. And in that seminar, the presenter did an excellent job to look at the role of the young people at that time to curb the menace of the HIV/AIDS. So that was 95. Now after that lecture in 95, we're talking about 27 years now. I felt that after that lecture, we need to do more in mobilizing students and the young people in addressing the menace of HIV and social vices. So from that 1995, we engaged vigorously in Kano, in BUK at that time, to begin to raise more awareness among the lecturers and students about the HIV/AIDS. And through that journey, I delved into the Nigerian Medical Student Association, NIMSA, through working with my friend at that time, Omar Tonkuyakase, who is now also a medical doctor. We worked together to bring a vibrant movement at that time in Bayero University, Kano, of mobilizing the students on HIV/AIDS, social vices, and drug abuse. And through the journey, I was able to become the vice president of the Nigeria Medical Student Association. I had another series of conversations with some people outside the university. I'm talking about Muhammad Abdullah Indabawa, Tijani Tukur Dambazo, who happened to be at that time involved in a lot of good governance and political advocacy. So I informed them that we are pursuing to register a school-based HIV/AIDS club. And while we're having this discussion, they also informed me that they are also working to ensure that they also establish a group of young people to look at good governance and democracy in Kano State. Now, but because they feel that I'm more into association and writing, they advised that should I also join that conversation of governance and leadership and democracy. But I felt that rather than spreading ourselves into two, I was pushing a student-based organization. They have a youth club to look at the issue of democracy and governance and democracy. I felt that why can't you amalgamate this idea so it can become a full-fledged non-governmental organization in Kano State. And so they actually gave me the go-ahead to go and think about it and say, okay, I will come back to you with a better name and a better structure. So as we're having this conversation also, in that 1997, I happened to be one of the champions of our secondary school alumni organization. A lot of friends, we worked together. We established a club called the Dowakin Tofa All Science Students Association, Class 1991 chapter. So I was also having a conversation with colleagues from that arm of the association, Malam Ibrahim, Yakubu, Malam Ahmad, Muhammad, Muazu, and a couple of others, and they also showed the interest to be part of any conversation that we are going to do. So if you look at all this conversation, there are 4 independent groups trying to look at the need to establish an organization. On one hand, you have the medical students, huge constituency, the biggest constituency in this conversation. Then we have our alumni from the secondary school, the class 91, that was my friend from the primary school, Haya Ibrahim Al Yaqub, discussing AIDS Club, and also the gentlemen looking at democracy and governance in Dabawa and Dembazau. So in bringing these 4 independent conversation, I felt that having to register a club in BUK was not tenable at that time. And the best thing is to pull it out from the university and now make it an independent youth-based organization. And that is how the YOSPIS was actually came into being in September 1997. It was an amazing journey to see the development and the progression. I could remember in 97 when we secured the name of the YOSPIS, like I said earlier on, when we set out to establish the first, which is the maiden executive council of YOSPIS, the 4 groups that amalgamated to form YOSPIS, we have to consider everybody to be on the table. So like I mentioned, I happened to become the maiden executive chairman of YOSPIS in September 1997. And the arm of the YOSPIS that brought in the youths at that time, promoting governance, democracy, and leadership. So Tijani Tukur Dambazau from that arm became the vice chairman, and Mandir Muhammad Indabawa became the maiden director of finance, and later we had to do some adjustment and he became the director of protocol and logistics. That's the one arm of the amalgamation. The biggest constituency, like I mentioned earlier, was the medical students within the Bayero University Kano, and the SecGen office, the maiden, was given to Hajarani Emakera at that time, a very vibrant 100-level medical student with a lot of ideas, vision, and passion for the young people. And Musa Mohammed Bello, who is also my consultant, became an assistant program officer, and the likes of Muhammad Adam Abbas and so many other people also got opportunity to serve in the Maiden School. Muhammad Abakar Kabir, who is now a consultant surgeon, became the Maiden Director of Diseases, and also we have Zakaria, who became the Maiden ESCO Director of Social Vices. Now, the arm of the my friend in the primary school, Ibrahim Al Yaqub, who was at that time in AHIP as the youth program coordinator, and who also brought the idea to establish a BUK HIV/AIDS club, became the maiden director of publicity. And Mara Ibrahim Yakubu, another child friend of mine in Science Secondary School Dakin Tofa, the alumni arm of the amalgamation, became deputy director of finance, and later on within 2-3 months was provided with a full-fledged director of finance. And Ahmed Mohammed Muaz at that time became the security focal point, and also a very active member within the office of the executive chairman. So this how we formed the group. We brought the amalgamation, and we ensured that every member from the different group was given an opportunity to serve within the Medi school. And you could imagine at that time, it was just a movement of young people and students. There was no money. Everything is voluntary work. The only money at that time we could lay our hands is, support from our parents. They have done so well. A lot of our parents, family members, friends, they have done very well to mobilize the initial funding, for YOSPIS. So let me also comment on the fundraising. Apart from the support we are getting, from the family and friends, we had to, mobilize a lot of, fundraising. So in 1998, in February precisely, we organized the biggest fundraising and launching of YOSPIS in trying to mobilize resources to do our work. And we organized, I could remember vividly, we organized that launching of YOSPIS and fundraising inside the then Central Hotel in Kano, in one of the biggest conference halls there. And we brought in, people from Abuja, from Kano, from Jigawa, and our big brother and a patron, Ahmad Ibrahim Yakase, a pharmacist and now a diplomat. He gave us the first 25,000 naira in that meeting, and a couple of others, 5,000, 8,000, 9,000. And with that money, we continued the journey to raise awareness in HIV/AIDS, in social devices, in youth development through radio, television, and also sometimes going, face to face and deliver lectures in different classrooms in BUK and so many other schools. And at that time, I think we were able to mobilize more funding because we mobilized more. Alhaji Wada Ali Ugaya, then a permanent secretary in Abuja, FCDA, gave us 50,000 naira. The former registrar of JAM at that time, Professor Bella Salem, gave us 25,000. I mobilized some money, from my family and the family of all the Medi Esco and so many other people also raised money. So we had something substantial, and we actually used that money to pay for a rent for 2 years at Lambuya Shopping Complex, where officially the first office of YOSPIS was sited. So this had been, the journey. And so I served the first, 5 years as executive, chairman, from that September 97 up to February 2002. Barrister Aisha Jahun organized an election within the Medi Esco, and the Yahya Ibrahim Al Yaqub become the maiden executive, the second executive chairman. So in summary, what is the biggest legacy from my own understanding? The biggest legacy is the mobilization of the young people that they can do it, and they can do it well. I became a leader at the age of 22 in BUK, and when also YOSPIS was also founded by all of us. At the age of 24, I also became the maiden executive chairman. At the age of 24, I was managing a lot of resources. In my 5 years of leadership, we secured funding from Family Health International, millions of naira. We secured funding from the World Bank. We secured funding from UNICEF. We secured funding from Nolongo, from so many other development partners. So as a young person, and young people, we were able to manage a lot of resources running in millions, and there was no issue of any mismanagement of resources. This to me is the big legacy that we are leaving to the young people now, saddled with the leadership of YOSPIS and so many other members of the reference group. Another legacy I would say YOSPIS has lived in Kano, forever, is that the proliferation of NGOs in Kano at that time, from 25 years till now, I could attribute many of that progression to YOSPIS. What we have done has inspired a lot of young people, leaders, adults, to also establish NGOs in Kano in different multifaceted area and doing an amazing and great job to support Kano State development, northern Nigeria, and the country at large. This is to me the biggest legacy, an endurable, sustainable pathway for non-governmental organizations to deliver for ordinary Nigerians, to deliver for Kano State, and also to ensure sustainable development. I will use this opportunity to call on everybody at the 25-year anniversary to continue to support the young people. They are the leaders of today and tomorrow, so that we can have a healthier and also better nation. Thank you very much.